Hey, you guys, welcome back to the channel, Drawing with Michael. I am, of course, Michael. It has been a hot minute since I last did a video for you guys. I'm trying to get at least one out a week, and this is this week's offering. I've been developing this particular character for a while. Haven't really landed on a name for it yet. I've been calling him Freddy, Freddy Foot, or Freddy the Foot. And, my original concept is basically kind of like a Bigfoot. Bigfoot's kind of popular right now. I live in the mountains of North Georgia, and lots of Bigfoot festivals going on. And just something that, I've tried to cultivate in my private time. I'm always one to draw something every day. And, of course, lately, being so busy as I am, I've really kind of just, I don't want to say turn my brain off, but yeah, I mean, you turn your brain off and you start doing these pieces and sketches and doodles and stuff. And you kind of get to that point where you're like, man, I wish I could just start developing something, my own characters and stuff. And I've got quite a few story concepts out there, from Frank and Beans to my Moo Houston Spy Cow concept that I've been, toying around with for years. And this kind of came about just because I did a really short illustration a while back of this character, playing with a toy. And I really just enjoy doing fun art and fun illustration. And this really kind of is just an example of that. I'm working on my iPad 12.9, my iPad Pro 12.9 in Procreate. And you guys know that I like Procreate. It's a great program. I've recently purchased some new brushes and stuff, and really getting into the the minutia of using those brushes. Procreate's great because it's got a very easy and short learning curve, especially if you've been an illustrator for a while, or if you haven't. Honestly, it's great. If you have any questions or anything, you can always just Google it or follow the Procreate YouTube channel, and they always have releases and examples of things this particular program can do. I like doing all my sketching with the standard 6B pencil. I have purchased many pencils, and that one just seems to be the one that speaks to me the most. The original concept of this particular piece, I did a thumbnail, and just literally it was just shapes. And I've kind of wanted to do something like this for a while, with a character sliding down the mountain, maybe in a wheelbarrow or on a log like Freddy is doing. And yeah, this is basically me executing the illustration. A while back I did a review of the iPad Pro 12.9, and I kind of poo-pooed it. I'd owned a iPad 10.5, and I liked it. It had some great qualities, and whenever I stepped up to the 12.9 with the larger drawing surface area, it really kind of was a game changer. And also, whenever I started toying around with a pencil and realized that depending on where you put your hand on the pencil and how it's angled and stuff, it becomes kind of like not a stylus, but more or less a traditional pencil. And the drawing process on the iPad Pro is a little bit different. It just feels different than Wacom. And Wacom's been, kind of the gold standard for years. But I gotta be honest with you. I'm probably gonna do a secondary review of the 12.9, just because I've been using it more. And even though I haven't really used it in professional work per se, it's a great device for doing concept work and sketches and really fun illustrations like this, especially in the Procreate world. It's got the Pro word attachment to iPad, but at the end of the day, it is really just an iPad that you can draw on. And, some of the other devices out there, like the Cintiq Companion, Cintiq Mobile Studio Pro, and some of those other devices that are actually designed as drawing devices. The iPad really kind of just added that, that feature to its already long list of things that it can do. I said in the review that I did that, one of the biggest drawbacks of the iPad Pro was transferring files, and that's still true. And adding fonts, that's still true. Quick keys, that's still true. Textures, that's still true. All that's true. But I mean, there's obviously ways you can get around that, but it is definitely, in my opinion, a companion device currently. I will probably end up using it more and more, and maybe even injecting it into my professional life. But yeah, Freddy the Foot. I think that, I said Freddy the Yeti first to my son, and he's like, well, wait a minute, Dad. Yetis are Tibetan. That's in the Himalayas. It's supposed to be white. So I don't know. You guys leave a comment in the section below and tell me if Freddy the Yeti is something that, I guess Yeti is Tibetan for Bigfoot. So I would love to use Freddy the Yeti, to be honest with you, because, Bigfoot always has that negative feel to it, and I want Freddy to be really positive. And he just loves to have fun. I really want to do a children's book about this guy, about being accepted, and he's just out there having fun. I gave him a headband this time, and he's got little pine trees, little pine trees on it. And, he's just sliding down the mountain. If you looked at my original concept sketch, I originally had a squirrel sitting in front of him. But I just felt like that really detracted from the overall piece of what he was trying to accomplish in this, and which was just, having fun. The squirrel was going to be terrified out of his wits, and I just thought it was kind of a conflict of interest. Using the iPad Pro, it doesn't have any lag. It doesn't have any parallax in the pencil. It doesn't have any of that, but it is a different drawing experience. And, I still don't think I've gotten used to it. Overall, I still go back to some of the other devices. But, like I said, every single day that I use it, and each time that I use it, it's just a little bit better. Anyway, this is pretty much it. So thank you guys for visiting. Keep tuned and stay tuned, and lots of videos being posted, and lots of work. I might be doing a Kickstarter for this guy soon, so like and subscribe and share, and have an awesome day. Bye.